Here we go. Okay, rabbis and scholars are called the eyes of the community and the heads of thousands of Israel. If the head is healthy, then the body is healthy. Therefore, the leaders have to really take on themselves a great responsibility for everyone, because the welfare and the direction depends on everyone. Okay, here's another thing. That was first utter. Here's the second utter. My father, this is talking about the previous Rebbe, so he was talking about his father, the Rebbe Shalom Dovber, the fifth Rebbe of Chabad. The fifth Rebbe of Chabad once said to a communal rabbi, a rabbi of the community, that he was a very serious person. He prayed, and he was especially diligent scholar. He said, you have to remember at all times, a rabbi has to remember every moment that he always is on the thin line, right, the thin boundary between one of those who brings merit to the public. You can elevate everybody by telling them to do the right thing or avoid the wrong thing. And God forbid, one of those people who cause the public to sin. Right? You can tell the congregation, like especially if you're influenced by the congregation, you can make everybody sin. The example of that is Saul, King Saul. King Saul was a tremendously great person, but the people, and he had a job. He was supposed to go and destroy the nation of Amalek, and they were not supposed to be left any remembrance of their animals and everything. But the people, he succeeded. He defeated Amalek. But the people said, "Hey, let's bring the cows and the sheep back to the tabernacle and make a sacrifice. That's much better." And he listened to the people, and by means of that, he caused a tragedy for all generations. Eventually, from that came, 1,000 years later, something came, 500 years later came Haman, and almost total destruction of the Jewish people. So it says a rabbi has to know that he has to lead the congregation properly, and he can either bring merit to everybody or, God forbid, cause the whole public to sin. The threshold between the loftiest heights and the most abysmal depth, all issues must touch him at the innermost core of his soul, because his very soul is at stake. That's supposed to be true of every leader, but especially a Jewish leader, especially a rabbi of a community. He is supposed to tell everyone, direct everyone to do what God wants, the way that God wants. So if he shirks his responsibility, he's not fixing up the world, and exactly the opposite. He's causing the opposite to happen. Rabbis have tremendous power for good or for the opposite. Have a good day with Mashiach now. Thank you very much for coming. Tomorrow, Friday, 8:15 in the morning, we will finish the Sikha that we began. Remember, we began today in the morning talking about how the tabernacle fixes up the sin of the golden calf. Shalom, have a good day. And anyone who wants to write me those questions, if you hear this thing or you're looking at it, you can send it to me, to my email. My email is ravbolton@gmail, RAVBOLTON, one word, RAVBOLTON @gmail.com. Shalom. Thank you for coming. God bless you all.